Hello, heroes, and welcome to our Fantastic Four official trailer reaction and breakdown.
We haven't watched or read that much more Fantastic Four media since our last trailer reaction that we did, but we have a new trailer, so we're going to watch it regardless.
So, we saw the teaser trailer, and the first official trailer just dropped today. And for the first time ever on this channel, both Cece and I are reacting to it for the first time.
Let's get into it.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. Four brave astronauts head off into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet,
Hey,
owe a debt
that's
to these
ours.
intrepid souls.
I
While we
like
can never
how
repay
that-
them, we can certainly
I like how it's like
celebrate.
a positive
Thank you, Fantastic
view on his
Four.
powers.
Thank you.
I think it's so positive.
Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. Has to be us.
Yo. Here it is.
We will protect you.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Josh, what are your initial reactions to that?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like anything we've ever really seen from the MCU before. It doesn't even feel like MCU, which is arguably a good thing. But yeah, it had a lot of heart for sure, and it just gets me excited for the movie, which is its job. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm also really excited. I agree with you. It doesn't feel like an MCU film. Like even looking back at some of their period pieces, like the first Avenger, we haven't quite seen something like this. I'm absolutely obsessed with the suits. They fit so well. They have that like classic 60s vibe. And I know that like other people are also like excited for these suits. I was just at Comic-Con last week and I saw someone with like a homemade Fantastic Four suit modeled after Johnny Storm's in these trailers. So people are excited. Like there is like a growing excitement about this. And then the other thing is that these shots feel like comic book pages. It's one of the reasons why I love the 2022 Batman, because each of those frames felt like they were taken from comic panels. It's the exact same thing here, where you can like look at each of these. You can pause the trailer, and boom, you're looking at a comic page.
Owe a
Hey,
debt
that's
to these
ours.
intrepid souls.
We've seen Fantastic Four 2, 3 times before. now. And so I know everyone was kind of like, okay, how are they going to do it? How is it going to work? Because a lot of people don't think that it worked beforehand. Um, and what we're seeing, I think, was a pretty clear and what I think is going to be well done reintroduction to these characters. It's a reintroduction, and I think we're going to get to know these characters in a new way. They already seem more like iconic, and I think that was intentional and it was strategic because in this movie, they are already well-known superheroes. The thing I said about the MCU that it didn't really feel like an MCU movie is because we don't see much of that anymore. I feel like we don't see like people geeking out over the Avengers or, over the superheroes. And here we saw like a whole like thing, like a whole like what was it, like a panel or recording or something where there was like a whole audience of people for them, and it was this iconic family that we are seeing.
That's actually one of the things I wrote down to talk about was this positive framing of powers that we're seeing here, which I of course am coming at this differently as like an X-Men comic reader where I'm so used to powers being a negative thing, or I'm like someone who's read the entire Civil War event where powers were like the main problem. It's really interesting and refreshing to see this world have a positive take on powers where they're not just acknowledging them in a positive light, but they're actually thanking the people who have them. I thought that was really interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, and where there was a shot where Silver Surfer came down and said something like, "Where are Earth's protectors?" And like just those four were like, "It's us." Where are Earth's protectors? It's us. I was like, there's just something so, I don't know, like iconic and even like wholesome about it that I really enjoyed and I think is going to be really refreshing to see on the big screen, like I said, especially with an MCU movie.
And like going with that, the Sue Storm line of "it has to be us."
Mm-hmm.
Like playing into that even further, where it's like we are currently in like a time within the timeline where there aren't very many heroes because since like the Marvel Studios movies have aged so many of their comics into like a current continuity, like Iron Man, like the Hulk, we've really only seen Captain America having been a hero, and then he's no longer there. So like it's the universe in terms of heroes is empty. It is just the Fantastic Four. And them acknowledging that straight up and being like, it has to be us, like we are the protectors, is a really interesting thing when we are today in an MCU that is so cluttered with heroes. It has to be us.
So do you know that this movie, these characters and everything, it is supposed to take place in a different universe than the MCU? This is confirmed to be in a different universe than all the other MCU movies. So I do want to put that out there.
Yes, I do. I did know that. I find it cool. I find it refreshing, especially because that means that you don't have to play by the same rule, which means that in a universe where everything has gotten so formulaic, we're able to see a break. While it's still a Marvel property, it does not have to follow the same like strict guidelines, which I think will be interesting to see on the screen.
Okay, this brings me to an interesting point. I wonder if they're going to kind of, and I don't really love this if this is how they do this, but I wonder if that kind of explains the fact that it's in a different universe, why everything seems, feels, and looks so different, other than, of course, the time difference.
It certainly could be. I think that's something that we're going to have to see with this movie, with other movies that are coming out recently. Is this going to be a style change because it's a different universe, or is it going to be a style change because the entirety of Marvel Studios is moving in a different direction? It's really, it's really these next couple movies that are going to dictate that for us.
Yeah, very true. Because, like we've been talking about, something that I think us and probably a lot of other people really want to see out of comic book movies is the specific, groupings and characters and everything within the movies having more identity. And this could kind of be a way to do that. Um, but again, I don't think that I necessarily want that to be because it's in a different universe specifically and not just because it's Fantastic Four. Because then what we could get into is, oh, yeah, there's all these different characters and all these different universes, and that's why they're all so tonally different. And then we can't see crossovers, and then we get into the whole multiverse issue that we're in right now.
Yeah, it's definitely there's a fine line between an individuality of a character versus the inclusion in an overall universe, which the comics, at least the ones I've read, have handled that very well. I think the biggest issue with movies, especially within these like last two phases of Marvel, is they don't know how to do that juggle. They don't know how to make this character individual while still making them feel like they are in this bigger universe, which leads us to either films that feel like they're so far off that they shouldn't be included, or films that are so formulaic within the universe that they become boring.
Mm,
And of course, like comics does have the benefit of being able to have restarts, being able to have these arcs. Marvel comics, the continuity just is kind of free flowing, um, which is really nice. Whereas DC does like crisis events, which resets us from the beginning. Like there are ways that comics have gotten around this to continue to create media with the characters that we love for decades. But the movies haven't done that in the same way, to the point where now we have created this universe, but we don't know how to write for a universe. We're still writing individual stories and then trying to tie them in. So one of the things that was unique with this trailer compared to the last one is a deeper look at powers. We've seen like a clip of Sue Storm. We've seen we've seen several clips of Ben Grimm because he has no choice.
okay,
And I
so
think
here's the thing.
so. Here's the thing.
The thing.
Oh, I think we've seen clips of Johnny on fire, at least
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But two things that stuck out to me were um the clip of Johnny actually catching fire and taking off. I
Hmm.
don't know if we saw that in the first one. I don't remember if we did, but that was a really cool clip. And it was cool to see like how that is going to be animated, how that is going to be portrayed, because we have seen different takes within the cartoons, within the movies that we do have. Um, and what I liked about this one was it felt so fluid. It wasn't like a big superhero transformation like Sailor Moon,
Mm.
or Power Rangers. It was distinctly like, boom, I'm on fire now and I'm going to the rescue. And I really did like that. And then the other thing, which I know we both reacted to, was our first look at Mr. Fantastic's stretching powers. These were ones I was a little worried about,
Hmm.
um, because they are the easiest powers to look cheesy or to look not well done. And I think we both reacted in that way because, at least in that one clip, it looked well done and it looked organic. It
Hmm.
didn't look like they were like trying to CGI a human body. It looked like, oh, this guy has stretching powers, and it had that fluidity that comes with the human form, and a distinct lack of what feels like computer interference between the actor and the audience.
I haven't totally known how I felt about Pedro Pascal just because he's been in so much. You get that like that face just like in your head as certain characters. Um, but that shot, I feel like it sold me on him as Mr. Fantastic. And the fact that a shot of powers is all that it did to do that is interesting, but we don't have time for all that.
Well, actually, we do, because my last bullet point was Pedro Pascal as Richard Reed. What do we think?
Crazy.
I'm sold. I'm excited. I have probably been the least hesitant about this casting than I've been with like other castings that have happened in the past, and not just with comic book movies, just in general. Because I like this actor. I like his vibe. he seems like a good person both on screen, on set, and in real life, which I always appreciate. Um, so I was like always like, yeah, let's give him a chance. But seeing him in this trailer, I forgot I was watching Pedro Pascal.
Hmm.
Like specifically when he was like doing like the stressed out Richard Reed stuff, like after the Silver Surfer moment. Like I was like, yeah, yeah. And it wasn't until like he like turned and faced the camera and said something. I was like, oh yeah, like this is a famous actor because I was in it, and so I'm really excited to see how he does that throughout the entire movie. If he can get my attention like that in just one trailer.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the trailer. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions.
If there are any movies or TV shows you would like us to watch and react to, please let us know in the comments. Also, keep an eye out for our upcoming videos as we do have 2 in editing right now.
And the new Superman trailer should be coming out very soon, so anticipate our reaction and review of that as well.
Until then, have a great day and stay groovy.
Outtakes!
But we should hold up our little phones.
Yeah. I was gonna say brain what just happened was the trailer just came out today, but
It's tomorrow now.
no it didn't.
You might have a visual reaction of me processing teaser trailer versus official trailer. So you can use that if you want. I think I went. So I still don't understand how it works. I just don't think I'm going to. It's one of the same reasons why I love the 2002. It's one, please edit out where I said the wrong year. That's why I paused and restarted. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The iconic action comics #1, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna include this in the video or not, but um so do you know that this movie, these characters, everything, it is supposed to take place in a different universe? Shoot.
Yes.
Do you get it? The thing?
Oh,
I'm gonna edit that in and make it really funny anyway.
okay, okay. I trust you.
Sorry.
And I think we saw what about you, Josh? What about you?
I just share what I thought.
We talk so much in these. Okay, we have more to talk about than I thought we would.
Yeah.
Which I think I said that last video too.
Sure what? Sure what? Sure what?
Of course. In recording.
Recording. You lucked out on that one.
I didn't look out on that one. I never had it before. It's different. It's different than ginger ale. Anyway.
Thank you for watching.
Can't believe I have to do the stupid act outro that's teasing the trailer that we're getting hopefully tomorrow.
No. It's a teaser of the movie.
So what's the difference between a
okay,
teaser and a trailer?
It's like an unofficial explanation. A teaser, like, it just gives you like a first tease of like what it's like. And then
That's a trailer.
No, because in the first official trailer, you'll get like, you'll get shots of like actual scenes, and you'll get voices, and you'll get story and character.
That's not in the teaser.
It's not.
But we heard David talk in the trailer.
In the teaser?
In the teaser. We heard him talk in the teaser. He said
"Home,
Crypto,
take me home." One character's voice we heard, very minimally of. I would have considered the most recent one a trailer, but James Gunn specifically said, "I don't consider this a trailer; it's a sneak peek."
I don't understand it, but my job is comics, so I don't have to.
Maybe someday you will.
This is the second time you tried to explain it to me. This is just going to be in the bloopers at the very end. This channel isn't just about us watching through various superhero universes. You also get to see Cece slowly learn how movies work.
Let's go to the bloopers.
If there are any movies or thanks for watching.
Oh, yeah. We did it.